Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into the future of education. Today we're ditching the textbooks and stepping into the world of AI-powered learning.
We're going behind the scenes at a university in Ecuador that's using AI to personalize the whole learning experience.
Exactly. We're talking Universidad de las Américas, or UDLA, and how they're using AI to actually tailor education to individual students, all based on these excerpts from libroia.pdf we have.
It's amazing stuff, really. They're not just talking the talk.
So no more one-size-fits-all classrooms.
No, UDLA is tossing out that old factory model of education. It's all about making learning work for you, not the other way around.
So how does that even work? Is it like having a personal tutor powered by AI or something?
Kind of. Think of it like a GPS for your education. You put in your goals and it maps out the best path for you.
And AI factors in your strengths, the stuff you're good at.
Absolutely. It figures out how you learn best, what your weaknesses are, and then creates a custom learning plan.
Wow. So no more cramming for those standardized tests that don't really show what you know?
Not at UDLA. They're
Mm.
focusing on the skills that you'll actually use in the real world, the stuff that matters long after you graduate.
Okay, so they're preparing students for the future job market.
Exactly. They're using AI to see what jobs will be in demand years down the road and teaching the skills you need to land those jobs.
That's seriously cool. But it's not just about, like, coding and AI skills, right?
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, those are important. But what about those human skills everyone's always talking about?
you're right. You can't forget those. Things like creativity and critical thinking, those are more important than ever in an AI-driven world, and UDLA gets that.
So how are they making sure students are learning those alongside all this tech stuff?
They're integrating it into everything. They might have students say, design a sustainable community garden.
A garden.
Yeah. But here's the catch. They're using AI-powered sensors and all kinds of data analysis tools.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. It's techie, but
But they have to work in teams, consider the environmental impact, and communicate their ideas. It's learning by doing, and it blends technical skills with those essential human ones.
that's really innovative. It's like preparing them for the real world where you need both.
Exactly. It's not enough to just know how to code. You have to know how to think critically and work with others.
Speaking of tech, let's talk about how UDLA is actually using AI in their classrooms. I have to ask, are there robots teaching classes?
Well, not robots exactly, but it is pretty cutting edge. Think back to those old educational computer games. Remember those?
Oh yeah, I used to love those.
Right. Well, UDLA is taking that interactive approach to a whole new level with things like virtual reality.
Whoa, VR in the classroom. What does that look like?
Imagine history students not just reading about ancient Rome, but actually walking through the streets.
Interacting with virtual gladiators. Now that's what I call immersive learning.
Exactly. It's about making history come alive.
Hmm.
And it's not just history, they're using VR in all sorts of fields. Imagine med students dissecting a virtual heart instead of a real one.
Wow, talk about reducing the ick factor.
Yeah.
But seriously, that's amazing. It's like they're turning learning into a video game.
In a way, yeah. But with real educational value. And UDLA is not just focused on the technology itself. They're also thinking about the bigger picture of how to make education better for everyone.
So like tackling some of the big challenges that have been around forever.
Exactly, like the digital divide. Not every student has equal access to technology or the internet. UDLA is working hard to level that playing field.
How are they doing that? I mean, it's a huge issue.
Well, they're providing laptops and tablets to students who need them, for one. And they're setting up Wi-Fi hotspots in communities where internet access is limited.
That's awesome. It's one thing to have the technology, but it's another to be able to actually get online. But what about the quality of the stuff online? There's so much out there. How can students even know what's good?
It's like the Wild West of learning, right? But UDLA has got that covered too. They're using their AI expertise to curate high-quality online resources.
So it's not just like, here's the entire internet, good luck.
No. They're handpicking courses from platforms like Udemy, looking at student reviews and tracking how effective different programs are.
So they're like educational curators using AI to separate the good stuff from the, well, not so good stuff.
Precisely. And here's where it gets really interesting. They're even using AI to personalize the learning experience within those platforms.
Okay, now you're blowing my mind. How does that work?
Imagine a system that knows you're struggling with a certain concept in a course. It could suggest extra practice problems or connect you with a tutor who specializes in that area, all automatically.
Wow. That's some next level personalization. But I have to imagine all this requires a ton of data, right?
You're right, data is key for AI. but UDLA takes data privacy very seriously.
Which is a huge relief to hear, honestly. With all the data breaches these days, it's good to know they're being careful.
Absolutely. They have really strong security measures in place, and they're very transparent about how they use student data.
Good, good. So it's all about helping students learn and improve, not selling their information or anything like that.
Exactly. It's all about using data responsibly to improve the educational experience.
So we've talked about the digital divide and the quality of online learning, but what about the elephant in the room? The whole robots are going to take our jobs thing. How is UDLA preparing students for a job market that's constantly changing?
It's a huge question, right? But UDLA is on top of it. They're using AI to figure out what the job market will look like years from now.
So they're not just teaching skills that are hot right now but might be obsolete in 5 years.
Nope. They're looking at long-term trends and adapting their programs to match. It's about making sure their graduates are future-proof.
So what, they're predicting the future of work with AI? That's
Yeah,
wild.
wait, yeah. But it's not just about chasing the latest tech trends either. UDLA also knows that some things never go out of style.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, creativity, for one, and critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, those human skills we were talking about earlier, those are always going to be valuable no matter how much technology changes.
I love that they're focusing on that. It's like, yeah, tech skills are important, but they're meaningless without those core human abilities, right?
Exactly. It's about being adaptable, being able to learn new things and solve new problems. Those are the skills that robots can't replicate, at least not yet.
Hopefully not anytime soon. But how do you actually teach that? How is UDLA making sure those skills are a core part of their programs?
Well, they're weaving it into everything. It's not like a separate Human Skills 101 class or anything.
Okay, so how does that work? Give me an example.
Say you're studying computer science. Instead of just coding random stuff, they might have you design an app that solves a real problem.
Like an app to help people find shelter during a natural disaster.
Exactly. Something with real social impact. So you're not just thinking about the code, you're thinking about the people using it, the ethics involved.
That's really cool. It's like, yeah, learn to code, but also, use your powers for good.
Right. It's about making sure the technology we're creating actually benefits humanity.
So we've talked a lot about how UDLA is using AI to shape what students are learning.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about how they're being graded. Are we talking like AI-graded exams, robots marking essays?
That's a good question. And it might surprise you, but UDLA is moving away from traditional exams.
Really? No more multiple choice scantrons?
They're using AI to create more personalized ways of measuring progress.
Okay, so what does that look like? Like, are they all writing haikus about the Pythagorean theorem or something?
Think more like interactive simulations or projects where students have to actually apply what they've learned to real-world situations.
So kind of like that community garden project we talked about.
Exactly. It's about showing you understand the concepts, not just memorizing facts and figures.
And AI can help measure that.
It can. AI can track their progress, identify areas where they need more help, even give personalized feedback.
Wow. It's like having a personal tutor built into this system.
That's the goal, really, to give every student the support they need to succeed.
This has been such a fascinating look at UDLA and how they're using AI. It really feels like they're on the cutting edge of something really special.
I think so, too. They're showing what the future of education could look like. It's exciting and a little bit daunting, right?
Totally. It makes you wonder how other schools, even businesses, will adapt.
Absolutely. Because this isn't just about fancy technology. It's about rethinking the whole purpose of education in a world where AI is becoming more and more prevalent.
It really makes you think, what are the skills we need to thrive in this rapidly changing world?
Exactly. It's not enough to just teach people how to use the technology. We need to teach them how to think critically, solve problems, and adapt to whatever the future throws at them.
And UDLA is proving that's possible.
Exactly. They're showing that AI can be a powerful tool for creating a more personalized, equitable, and future-proof education system.
It's inspiring stuff. Makes me wish I could go back to school. Well, on that note, we're going to have to wrap up this deep dive. But I hope this conversation has left you feeling inspired and maybe a little bit curious about the future of learning.
Me too. And remember, you don't need a fancy university to start exploring these ideas. There are so many resources available online, many of them powered by AI.
So go out there, embrace the possibilities, and never stop learning. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everyone. We'll catch you next time.